Welcome back to GraveyardDance.com. We have a really interestingly dark story for you today. It's not a crime story, and it's not about aliens or someone chasing you with a chainsaw or anything of that nature, but it is still kind of eerie in a historical kind of way. If you like the story we did on the Casket Girls or the woman whose name escapes me right now, but the voodoo priestess who had her entire town blown away, or various other historical stories we've covered, you'll probably love this one as well. I'd personally never heard of the person we're going to talk about today until I ran across a story that I'm assuming is fictional from a channel that is also new to me. After listening to it, though, I have to recommend them. It's a channel called Freaky Folklore. I'll leave a link in the video description for their video, and I will add them to our recommended creators list on our website, which is at, again, GraveyardDance.com. We hope you'll take a moment to explore it, watch all our work, and especially take a moment to check out our social media buttons on there and subscribe. Also, don't forget we have some hella cool merch on there. Whether you're looking for some Graveyard Dance merch or just other general spooky stuff in general, you'll find it in our shop. Just look for this photo to click. Just one more thing. If you're looking for a new pet and you live anywhere in the United States, check out eyesofadog.com to find a shelter near you. Now, let's get on to today's story. In the late 1800s, Camille Monfort, referred to as the Amazonian vampire, captivated many with her striking presence. Her pale skin and tendency to wander during the night made her a subject of intrigue. Aside from night prowling, Camille was also a talented opera singer. Her captivating beauty and mesmerizing voice captivated audiences and ignited the passions of affluent gentlemen, much to the dismay of their wives. Her distinctive charm and enigmatic presence rendered her a remarkable and fascinating figure of her era. Camille was born in France in 1869 to Henri Montfort and Marie Montfort. Her father, Henri, served as a French diplomat and held the role of consulate general in Belém, Brazil. Her mother, Marie, belonged to the French aristocracy and had connections to the royal family of Orleans. Camille enjoyed a life of privilege during her upbringing. In 1876, the family relocated to Brazil. Camille's elder brothers, Louis and Charles, pursued careers in diplomacy like their father. The Montfort family practiced Roman Catholicism. Although details about Camille's education are scarce, it is probable that she had a governess who instructed her in Brazilian culture and history. Despite her striking appearance, standing at 5 feet 5 inches with a proportionate waist, and her strong sense of independence, Camille never entered into marriage. She was celebrated for her free-spirited nature and self-reliance. While her life was captivating, it was also relatively short. Camille chose to live according to her own principles. In 1896, the city of Belém became rich by selling Amazonian rubber to the world, and many farmers became millionaires overnight. These newly wealthy individuals constructed grand mansions using imported European materials and adopted luxurious habits, such as sending their clothes abroad for washing and using imported London mineral water for bathing. At the heart of the city's cultural landscape was Théâtre de Paz, which showcased performances by European artists. Among these performers was Camille Monfort, an enchanting French opera singer who mesmerized the local audience. Can you imagine being able to go back to the late 1800s and walking into one of these opera halls and seeing her sing and perform? The sights and smells of the time and the way people talked and dressed. I think it would be interesting to be able to go back and see. Her extraordinary beauty ignited strong passions among the affluent men of the region and incited fierce jealousy among their wives and ladies of the men of that time. She seemed to exude a total and complete control over every man she laid eyes on, making local women envy and hate her. More than that, many all out feared her. Camille Monfort was known to astonish many with her unorthodox behavior for that era. She frequently appeared partially unclothed, dancing in the streets of Belém while reveling in the afternoon rain. Public nudity at that time was not a thing yet, not even by men, so the fact that a beautiful petite brunette was walking around at night in the buff was definitely odd, to say the least. Camille Monfort's solitary evening strolls piqued the interest of many, as her unconventional behavior for that era was quite shocking. She was frequently spotted in a state of partial undress, dancing joyfully in the streets of Belém while reveling in the afternoon rain. Soon after, rumors and malicious gossip began to circulate. Whispers suggested that she was romantically involved with Francisco Bologna, who had allegedly brought her over from Europe. It was also claimed that he would lavish her with baths in his mansion using expensive imported champagne. Speculations regarding her time in London hinted at the possibility that she had been influenced by vampirism, attributed to her pale complexion and frail appearance. These stories suggested that she introduced a supposed curse to the Amazon, where she allegedly developed an unusual desire for human blood. During her performances, there were accounts of young women being captivated by her singing, falling asleep in her dressing room, and awakening with marks on their necks. Interestingly, these occurrences of fainting during her shows coincided with reports of audience members being overwhelmed by the profound emotional impact of her music. Camille Monfort was believed to possess the ability to connect with the deceased, allowing their spirits to manifest as a thick, ethereal mist composed of ectoplasmic material that emerged from her body during mediumistic sessions. This phenomenon was an early sign of the spiritualism practice, which later became popular in private gatherings at locations like the Palacete Pinu in Belém. In the late months of 1896, Belém experienced a severe cholera epidemic. She succumbed to the disease and was subsequently interred in the Cemetery of Solitude. Presently, her grave lies beneath a large mango tree, with its surface cloaked in moss, slime, and fallen leaves, creating a profound shadow that is only pierced by narrow beams of sunlight that seep through the tree's canopy. The mausoleum, designed in a neoclassical architectural style, has a door that is closed and secured with an old, rusted lock. Atop the grave lies a time-worn white marble bust of a woman, and next to it, a small framed portrait of Camilla dressed in mourning attire is displayed on the wall. The inscription on her gravestone states, "Here rests Camilla Maria Monfort, 1869 to 1896, the voice that captivated the world." However, there are still those who assert today that her grave is unoccupied, implying that her death and burial might have been a ruse to quell rumors of vampirism. Some even allege that Camille Monfort continues to live in Europe to this day. Either way, I don't think I'd be messing around with her tomb, crypt, or her grave. Not only is it extremely disrespectful and offensive, it could turn out to be the worst decision you ever made. Was she truly a vampire, or was it just an ugly rumor? Or could it have been an issue with her own mental state? Till next time, check out all our work. Please consider liking and giving us a new subscribe click. You'll make us very happy if you do. If you know of a story you'd like covered, drop them in the comments below. Thanks for watching.